Have you ever laid awake at night, your mind a relentless storm of thoughts, replaying the day's regrets, rehearsing tomorrow's anxieties? You're not alone in this silent struggle. But what if, instead of battling the darkness, you could invite an ancient wisdom to guide you into profound calm? Tonight, you're not just closing your eyes, you're embarking on a journey. Have you ever laid awake at night? Heart pounding, thoughts racing, wishing for just 5 minutes of peace? In those quiet hours, the world outside sleeps, but inside, your mind is alive with worry, regret, and fear. In our hyper-connected age, notifications ping at all hours. We chase productivity, achievements, the next big thing, yet find ourselves more exhausted, more distracted, and more restless than ever. But centuries ago, philosophers faced turmoil of their own. Wars, plagues, political betrayals, and still, they discovered something we desperately need today, a sanctuary of inner calm. Tonight, you are invited on a journey into the heart of Stoic wisdom. No lectures, no empty platitudes, just the timeless guidance of thinkers who found serenity in the midst of chaos. As you listen, allow these teachings to seep into the fertile ground of your subconscious. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 8 transformative lessons, from fortifying your inner citadel to embracing your fate with love, from quieting the inner critic to gaining a cosmic perspective that dissolves petty worries. Each lesson is crafted to help you drift into peaceful slumber and awaken with clarity, resilience, and a strengthened soul. There's no need to strive or struggle. Simply breathe deeply, release the tensions of the day, and let the words guide you. Allow this to be your nightly ritual, a passage from yesterday's storms into tomorrow's strength. Now, take a slow, grounding breath, and let us begin. Lesson 1. The Inner Citadel. When the world feels overwhelming, when everything seems to be crashing down around you, remember this: you are not what happens to you. This is the heart of the first lesson. Life will bring storms. It always has, and it always will. But the Stoics teach us that within each of us is a place the world cannot touch, a calm center untouched by chaos. This is your inner citadel. Imagine a mighty fortress built high upon a hill. The wind howls, lightning splits the sky, armies march across the land, but inside the fortress, there is silence, safety, stillness. This is the image the Stoics gave us. You are not the storm. You are the lighthouse, strong, still, steady. No matter what the world throws at you, your light can stay lit. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius, himself an emperor beset by war, betrayal, and disease, wrote of this inner refuge often. He reminded himself that no matter what happened outside the palace gates, his peace lived within his own mind. You may not be an emperor, but you are the ruler of your own thoughts, and no one can invade your inner world unless you let them. Let's bring this into your own life. Think back to today. Was there a moment when someone's words shook you? When an unexpected problem sent your mind spiraling? That is the world knocking at your gates. But the Stoics would ask, did you open the doors or stand firm? Now close your eyes. Take a slow breath. Visualize your inner citadel. See it clearly, a castle in the hills, solid and strong. Outside, you hear the winds of fear, the voices of doubt, the noise of the world. But inside, it is quiet. You sit on the throne, not fearful, not reactive, just aware. In this moment, you remember that your mind is yours. The storm cannot touch you here. This is a practice. Every time you are tested, you can retreat, not in weakness, but in strength. Each breath you take behind these walls is a reminder. You are not your job, not your past, not your stress. You are the stillness beneath it all. Let this image settle into your mind as you prepare for rest. Let it root deep in your subconscious. You have a place of safety that no one can take. And when you awaken tomorrow, you will carry this fortress with you, silent, strong, unshakable. Lesson 2: the power of perception. Imagine this. You're driving to an important meeting, feeling prepared, focused, and then suddenly you hear a thud. Your car begins to wobble, a flat tire. You pull over, frustrated. Your chest tightens. You feel the day unraveling. Thoughts rush in. Why now? Why me? This is going to ruin everything. But pause. The flat tire is just a flat tire. It's a fact. A piece of rubber lost pressure. That's it. The stress, the frustration, the anger, those are not caused by the tire. They come from your judgment of the event. The Stoics would remind us, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. You see, we are meaning-making creatures. Something happens, and we immediately assign it a story. This is unfair. This is terrible. This always happens to me. But what if you chose a different story? What if, instead of a disaster, the flat tire became a quiet moment to breathe, a chance to step outside, feel the sun, and practice patience? What if it became a small reminder that life is unpredictable, and your peace doesn't have to depend on perfect circumstances? You hold the brush. You decide the meaning. Every moment is like a blank canvas. The event is just paint. What picture you make is up to you. Some people paint tragedy, others transformation. Some see setbacks, others see lessons. You have that power too. Think back to your own day. Was there a moment that upset you? Something small, a comment, a delay, a mistake that lingered in your mind. Take that moment now, gently hold it, and ask, what happened? And what did I tell myself about it? Separate the event from the story. Then ask again. Is there another way to see this? A kinder, calmer way? This is not about pretending everything is good. It's about choosing not to suffer twice. Once from the event, and again from your interpretation of it. As you lie here, relaxing deeper into rest, let your mind soften its grip. Let go of the heavy labels and sharp judgments. Let the events of the day just be. Not good, not bad, just part of the unfolding story. And when tomorrow comes, remember, no one controls how you see the world. That power belongs to you. You are the artist of your perception. You hold the brush, and with each stroke, you are painting the life you live. Lesson 3. Amor fati, love of fate. Picture yourself standing in a river. The current is strong. You resist it, pushing against the flow, trying to turn around, struggling to change the direction. It's exhausting. That's how most of us live. Fighting reality, wishing things had happened differently, hoping the past could somehow be rewritten. But the Stoics invite us to consider another path. Instead of resisting the river, what if you flowed with it? Amor fati means love of fate. Not just accepting what life brings, but loving it. Loving the joy and the pain, the success and the failure, the comfort and the loss, as essential parts of your journey. It's easy to love life when things go well. The challenge is to love the hard parts too, to see them not as mistakes, but as stepping stones. Think back. Was there a moment in your life that, at the time, felt like everything was falling apart? A breakup? A rejection? A failure? Now consider what came after. What did you learn? How did it shape you? Who did it turn you into? Maybe it opened a door you didn't know was there. Maybe it gave you the strength you now take for granted. The Stoics would say, don't just accept it, embrace it, love it, because your life in all its twists and turns brought you here, right now, breathing, learning, growing. And that means every piece, even the painful ones, had a place in the puzzle. Tonight, as you rest, let this thought settle deep inside you. Picture the river again, not as an enemy, but as your guide. Feel yourself floating, not fighting. Trust that wherever it leads, it's shaping you into someone wiser, calmer, more compassionate. Reflect on one hardship that once hurt you, but now you see its value. Say to yourself gently, this was my life, and I would not have it any other way. Let this love for your fate be the warmth that carries you into sleep. You are not broken, you are becoming, and every part of your story belongs. Lesson 4, the view from above. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath. Now imagine you're rising, gently lifting from where you are, up above your bed, your room, your neighborhood, higher still, past your city's lights, past the quiet outlines of mountains, rivers, and roads. As you float higher, the noise of daily life fades away. Your problems, your plans, your to-do list, they begin to shrink. Keep rising. You now see your country, its borders like faint sketches. The planet curves, clouds drift across vast oceans, cities sparkle like tiny clusters of stars. And then, beyond Earth, you drift into the quiet blackness of space. From here, our world is a fragile blue dot spinning in the dark. Beautiful, alive, yet impossibly small. From this place, ask yourself, where are your problems now? That missed call, that awkward conversation, that task you didn't finish. All of it so real a few hours ago, now no bigger than a grain of dust. The Stoics called this practice the view from above. It's not to make you feel insignificant, but to offer relief. To remind you that you are part of something so much larger than your current worry. You are not just your job title, your follower count, or your mistakes. You are a thinking, breathing part of the universe. From this distance, ego melts. The need to be right, the fear of judgment, the anxiety about the future, these all begin to loosen their grip. You feel lighter, freer, a part of the great whole. You are not a prisoner of your small worries, but a free citizen of the cosmos. And now, gently, you begin to descend. Down past the stars, past the planets, back to Earth, back to your life. You return not to escape your problems, but to see them differently, to carry with you the calm of the cosmos. Let this cosmic stillness settle into your chest. Let it soften your thoughts. Let it remind you, whenever life feels too heavy, to rise again and see from above. You are never as stuck as you think, and the world is always wider than it seems. Lesson 5, the inner dialogue. There is a quiet voice that speaks to you all day long. You hear it in the morning when you wake up, during conversations, after mistakes, and especially in the stillness before sleep. Sometimes it encourages you, sometimes it warns you, but often it judges, criticizes, and worries. This voice is your inner dialogue, and for many, it's not a kind companion, it's a harsh critic. The Stoics knew this voice well. They called it the ruling faculty, the part of the mind that interprets the world. Their wisdom wasn't about silencing it, but about training it, guiding it to be calm, rational, and wise. Because left unchecked, this voice can become your greatest enemy, but when cultivated, it can become your most trusted friend. Tonight, let's begin with a gentle review of your day. Picture it like a film you're watching. No judgment, just observation. What did you do well today? Where did you lose your temper, your focus, your peace? Where did fear or frustration shape your actions? And where did you respond with strength, with patience, with grace? Now, listen to how your inner voice responds. Is it kind? Or is it blaming you, spinning stories, stirring anxiety? Here's the truth. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one who hears it. That simple realization gives you power. You don't have to believe everything the voice says. You can step back, examine it, and gently reframe it. So if the voice says, "You failed today," you can reply, "I struggled, yes, but I learned. Tomorrow, I'll do better." If it says, "You're not good enough," you can answer, "I am growing. That is enough for now." Like a gardener pulling weeds and planting flowers, you tend to your mind, not just once, but every day. Let that practice begin tonight. As you lie in bed, don't argue with your thoughts. Don't try to force them away. Just notice them. Then choose which ones to keep and which ones to gently release. Offer your mind one final phrase, calm and clear. The day is done. I did my best. Now, it's time for peace. Let those words echo softly in the stillness. You are not your worries. You are not your past. You are the calm witness behind it all. And tonight, that calm will carry you into deep, healing rest. Lesson 6. On duty, finding purpose in responsibility. There's a story of an old Roman emperor who woke each morning not with excitement, but with duty. He would tell himself, "You have to get up. You have work to do, the work of a human being." He ruled over millions, yet what gave him purpose wasn't power, but responsibility. In our modern world, we're often told to chase freedom, to follow our passions, to avoid anything that feels like obligation. But the Stoics taught something deeper, that real purpose isn't found in what we feel like doing, but in what we ought to do. Duty provides a why that can help you endure almost any how. It becomes the anchor that holds you steady when life feels directionless or hard. Tonight, as your body begins to rest, gently reflect on your roles. You might be a son or daughter, a parent, a friend, a student, a neighbor, a worker, a leader. Each of these roles comes with duties, small ones, like listening with full attention when someone talks. Bigger ones, like showing up with honesty, care, and effort even when you don't feel like it. These duties are not burdens, they're opportunities. Every act of responsibility is a chance to live with virtue. Washing dishes becomes a gift to your family. Showing up to work becomes a practice of discipline. Supporting a friend becomes a moment of compassion. You don't need a grand mission to have meaning. Your purpose is woven through the simple, repeated acts of care and integrity you offer each day. That's the beauty of duty. It's always available, always grounding, always noble. So tonight, if you feel uncertain about where your life is heading, remember this. Your next step forward doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be true to your role. Ask yourself gently, what is my duty right now? And let that answer guide you, not just into restful sleep, but into a life of quiet strength and steady purpose. Because a good life isn't measured by what we take. It's defined by what we give. Lesson 7. Memento mori. Remember you will die. There's a quiet truth that follows us each day, though we often try to ignore it. One day, this life will end. To the Stoics, this was not something to fear, but something to embrace. They practiced memento mori. Remember you will die. Not to be morbid, but to live more fully. When we keep death in mind, life becomes sharper, clearer, more real. We stop wasting time. We speak the words that matter. We stop postponing love, truth, and courage. So tonight, as you lie still, ask yourself a simple question. If today were your last, would you be at peace? Not because everything was perfect, but because you lived it with presence, with intention, with care. Would you be proud of how you spoke to those you love, of how you handled stress, of the way you used your limited time? Now bring your attention to this moment, this final breath before rest. Let the day go. Let the regrets soften. You cannot change what has passed, but you can choose how to end this day. With grace, with reflection, with peace. Sleep is like a small rehearsal for death. We surrender control, we enter darkness, and yet we do so with trust, with calm. And in doing so, we prepare not just for rest, but for the art of letting go. As you drift off, whisper softly to yourself, I lived this day. I did what I could. The rest is not mine to carry. You will fall asleep not with a fear of the end, but with a profound appreciation for the present. And when you awaken tomorrow, if tomorrow comes, you will rise with clarity, knowing this life is precious, this moment is rare, and you are alive now, ready to live it fully. Lesson 8. On simplicity, finding freedom in less. Imagine a quiet garden, the kind you might stumble upon behind an old stone wall, neatly tended, open, and still. There's space for air to move, light to reach the soil, and the flowers to bloom. Now imagine another garden, overgrown with weeds, choked by too much. Too many plants, too much clutter, no room to breathe. Your mind is that garden. In a world that constantly urges us to chase, to buy, to fill every space, inner and outer, with more, the Stoics offered a radically different message. True freedom lies not in the accumulation of things, but in the reduction of wants. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, take a moment to look inward. What are you holding on to that you don't truly need? Is it an old grudge? A desire for someone's approval? A constant craving for more success, more stuff, more recognition? These are weeds in the garden of your peace. Release them now. Let the silence grow. Let the soil of your soul breathe. You don't need to do more, be more, or have more in this moment. You are enough. The Stoics believed that by simplifying our wants, we returned to our natural state, clear, calm, grounded. They knew that freedom is not a mansion full of gold, but a room with little, where the mind is unburdened and the heart is light. So as you lie in bed, gently let go. Mentally declutter. Picture yourself walking through your own garden, pulling out the thoughts and habits that no longer serve you. Make room for stillness, for rest, for the beauty that grows when there is space. And when you wake, you'll rise with fewer cravings, fewer distractions, and a stronger connection to what truly matters. Not what you possess, but who you are, when everything unnecessary falls away. You've arrived at the end of this journey tonight, not with noise, not with urgency, but with quiet strength. You are rested, you are focused, you are free. The lessons you've heard are not just words, they are seeds, planted gently into the soil of your mind. And with each night you return, each breath you take in stillness, your mind becomes a little clearer, your soul a little stronger. Let these teachings settle now. Let them echo softly in the quiet corners of your thoughts. When the world feels too loud, when the day asks too much, remember the inner citadel you built, the garden you cleared, the stars you saw from above. Carry this stillness into your day. Make it a practice, not a task, but a return. Each night, Let this be your ritual. Let these ideas take root and grow into a new kind of life, one grounded in peace, in presence, in purpose. And know this: you are not alone. The wisdom of the ancients is always with you, guiding you, holding you steady. Sleep well, traveler. Tomorrow will come, and you will meet it with calm.